All right. Hey, everybody. This is Kevin here at the Troup Gymnasium. Really enjoyed talking to some of the players and obviously Coach Tanner Glisson of the state championship Troup High baseball team. What a season this was for the Tigers, and what a way to complete that season with a state championship victory in Rome, Georgia. Troup beat Cherokee Bluff in a 3-game series. They split the first 2 games, and they came back Wednesday in a winner-take-all game, and Troup beat Cherokee Bluff 6-3. Sophomore Davis Munkas pitched a complete game and gave up 3 runs in the first inning. He just came back after that. It was lights out for the final 6 innings. The Tigers answered with a couple runs in the bottom of the first, and they just really just took over from there and earned just a massive, massive victory. And then after the game, after they get that last out, the celebration's on, and it was so cool watching these guys just have a big dog pile. I know Davis Monk is one of the guys I talked to, bless his heart. I was kind of worried about him. He was at the bottom of that dog pile, but I think he was okay. So, gosh, what a season it was for these guys, and it was such a blast following their journey. It was a season they just got better and better as the season went along. They got to the playoffs, and they were just so confident and playing so well, and just made their way through the playoffs, and the semifinals beat Pickens in a great series, and they won a game 3 there, 7-6, to advance the championship series, and then took care of business against Cherokee Bluff, a really good Cherokee Bluff team that played for a state championship last year in 4A. So that was an outstanding opponent, and they pushed Troup to a game 3, and then the Tigers took care of business. And the bottom line is they are state champions. And what a season it was, and congratulations to everybody involved, Coach Tanner Glisson, the other coaches, all the players, and all the people that were there for this team throughout the season. They had great fan support every step of the way. I know they really filled the stands up there in Rome to support the team. So it's an incredible season, and the Troup Tigers are state champions, and they'll be getting their rings down the road. So they've made memories that will last a lifetime for sure. So congratulations to the Troup Tigers. All right. Hey, everybody. This is Kevin here with state champion Troup Tiger Ethan Goff. Ethan, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well.
Congratulations. As we film this, it's the day after you guys beat Cherokee Bluff to win the state championship. It's a pretty obvious question, but now a day removed from that, just tell me, how's it feel to be a state champ?
It feels awesome.
Yeah.
Just being a senior, it's one way to go out.
Yeah, no doubt. That championship series was pretty wild. Obviously, y'all was game 1, and then game 2, obviously they had y'all's number. After that second game, how important was it for you guys just to refocus, knowing that y'all had one more game to play for a state championship?
Just do what we had to do and leave it all out on the field.
Yeah. Obviously, we were talking before we started filming. You did your part. You had some big hits. You also made one of the defensive plays of the year in that game 1 against Cherokee Bluff. Pretty incredible diving stop, and then you managed to get to the bag for the out. Was that a situation where it's just, I'm going to do whatever it takes for my team?
Yes, sir. That's just laying it all out there, doing what my body's capable to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me, what was that moment like when y'all get that last out on Wednesday? And the feeling that's, man, we're state champions. Y'all have that big dog pile, which I'm sure you've seen other teams do that. But what was that moment like for you?
It's just, I don't really know how to explain it. It's just, it was just happened.
Yeah, it's pretty special. How close is this team to? I mean, obviously, it's a family, so every family's going to have arguments and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I know you guys pulled for each other. You were there for each other. How much fun was it to do it with this group of guys?
It was awesome. I wouldn't want to do it with any other group.
Yeah. Obviously, y'all had that really nice run last year to get to the 3rd round of the state playoffs. So coming into the season, was this a goal that you guys really thought was achievable?
We did. Since we made it to the Elite 8 last year, we knew we could make it farther this year.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at that game 3, what your teammate, Davis Monkas, did on the mound. Obviously, they had a tough first inning, but for him to come back from that and throw 6 shutout innings to finish it, you were right behind him at first base. How awesome was that?
Knowing we got someone that can throw strikes and dominate on the mound is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the way this whole community rallied behind you guys, too. I know y'all had that big homecoming. The fan support was great. I know y'all heard him throughout those 3 games. How much did that help you guys?
To know we have the support behind us and, everybody watching was awesome.
All right. Hey, buddy, this is Kevin here at Troup High School with state champion Troup High baseball player Chase Mosley. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Congratulations, first of all.
Yes, sir.
what a season this was for you guys and what an accomplishment. But it seemed like the obvious question to ask first. You're a state champion. Just tell me how that feels.
I mean, it feels pretty good, you know. Being surrounded by these guys and these players, just know how much work we put in. It just feels great that we won a state championship with these guys.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure you see it on television, maybe even in person. When a team wins it all, they have that big dog pile. Everybody's kind of mobbing each other. To be a part of that, man, how awesome was that?
That was awesome, man. Just to be with those guys, it was fun.
Yeah, no doubt. This whole season was pretty incredible, too. And to be able to do it with this group of guys who you've known, most of these guys, for a long time, probably since you started playing baseball, honestly, to be able to do this with them, how special is that?
It's really special, you know, because we all came a long way from being like 5 years old playing T-ball or whatever. Yeah. We all came a long way playing high school ball and winning the state championship. So,
yep, no doubt. When I look at this team, I see a team filled with players who just believe, you have that confidence that no matter what happened, that y'all would find a way to win. And you really saw that in Game 3. Is that a big part of this team, is just that confidence and that belief?
Yes, sir. A big part of our team is we're real scrappy, you know. Yeah. We will do anything to try and go get a run or two or get a bunt down or do certain things like that certain other teams might not be willing to do in those situations.
Yeah, no doubt. You look at that Game 3, which y'all won 6-3. You had one of the biggest hits in that game. You come up with the bases loaded and come through with a triple, driving a couple of runs. Just tell me that at bat and just kind of tell me what your approach was there.
Yeah, my approach was really to go backside because I knew they were going to throw me a curveball. They were throwing me curveballs all day, so I just really sat back on one. I just drove the other way.
Yeah, no doubt. When you see the ball land fair and you guys get the lead, and you're standing on third, you know, what are you thinking right there?
It's a great hit.
Yep. And when you take the lead with the way Davis was pitching, did you have any doubt that he can finish things off?
I knew he was going to finish it off because Davis, he's been struggling like we said, but he locked in yesterday. He did what he had to do.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, that Game 2 did not go y'all's way on Tuesday, but bad things happen in sports. And the point of the best-of-3 series is, it's the first team to 2 wins. So just kind of tell me what the team's approach was after that second game.
It was really just to forget about it. Just forget it ever happened. Just come back and play tomorrow and play hard.
How important was it? You look at that Game 3, they score 3 runs in the top of the first. And for you guys to answer with a couple runs in the bottom of the inning, how big was that just to get some of that momentum back?
It was big. It was really big because Davis is going to keep pitching. He was going to fight through it, and he was going to keep pitching like he did, and he got us through the game.
Yep. All right. Hey, buddy, this is Kevin with state champion Troup baseball player Davis Munkus. Davis, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Congratulations, first of all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What a season. What a thrill it's been to be able to cover this team throughout the season.
Yes, sir.
And you're a state champion now, and you guys certainly earned it, meeting a really good Cherokee lefty.
Yes, sir.
Just tell me how that feels to be the last team standing.
It feels amazing. All the hard work we've all put in since January, it just finally pays off.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, Game 3, gosh, that was pretty special.
Yes, sir.
To give up 3 runs in the top of the first inning.
Yes, sir.
And then to bounce back from there and throw 6 shutout innings. And first of all, the defense is incredible behind you. But what was, when you get through that first inning, just kind of tell me what your mindset was at that point.
After the first inning, it was just basically throw it down the middle and let my defense play behind me.
Yeah.
I know I have a really special defense, really talented. Yeah. I know they can go get balls. Why not just throw it in there, let them hit it, let them play behind me.
Yeah, no doubt. And y'all came back in the bottom of the first and got a couple runs, and they were still ahead at that point. But to do that and kind of get some of that momentum back, how big was that?
1-2, I think it was 3-2. We got 2 runs back.
Yeah.
After that, I know we were settled in. We got 2 runs back. It's a 1-run ball game. Let's just play ball.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then I think your teammate Chase came through with the big RBI triple, 2-run triple to give you the lead.
Yes, sir.
At that point, was your mindset, okay, I've got the lead. I'm not going to give it back?
Yes, sir. It was just pitch with the lead, play smart.
Yeah.
So doing the same thing, throw it down the middle, let my defense play behind me.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, when you're not pitching, even when you are pitching, you're a big part of that defense.
Yes, sir.
For you and Jake and Peace to have that kind of defensive support behind you, they're going to make every play.
Yes, sir.
How nice is that for you?
It's great. Like I said, you can just throw it anywhere, let them hit it. The defense is going to make a play. They're a real agile team, really quick. Yeah. We're just going to get to any ball and make a good play.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure probably growing up, you always, what would it be like to be on the mound pitching and get the last out in the championship game? And you got the opportunity to do that. You get a ground out, and you guys are state champions. What's that moment like for you?
It was amazing. It's probably one of the best in my life. I mean,
Yeah.
It just felt like it was kind of like it was unreal at first.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was amazing.
Yeah. Obviously, last year as a freshman, you were a big part of a team that made it to the third round of the state playoffs. Coming into this season, was that something when you and your teammates talked? Was that something y'all talked about? Listen, if it all comes together, we could be that championship team.
I think we knew from the get-go of this season that we could go even further. We only lost one guy, so that was kind of the expectation. Yeah. It wasn't just a third round; it was a state championship.
Yeah. No doubt. I know we've talked about this a lot, but this team is so close.
Yes, sir.
I think Coach Gliss kind of put it best. Y'all might fight with each other every now and then.
Yes, sir.
But nobody else better come in and mess with you guys. But to have that kinship with this group of guys, how much does that mean?
It really means a lot. We've been playing together since we were 6 years old, maybe. Yeah. But the chemistry is great. I think it really helps on the ball field. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's funny. I think I was over there in Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
2021 when y'all had that big celebration.
Yes, sir.
To win the World. It's so cool to me that so many of those guys we're together again, and y'all had another dog pile.
Yes, sir.
Cool, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's amazing. Back then it kind of felt the same, but now I think this one's a little tops it a little bit.
Yeah, this one trumps that.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. It's also really cool. Your granddad was in the dugout with you.
Yes, sir.
To be able to celebrate with him after the game, how awesome was that?
Yes, sir. It's amazing. It's always good to have him around. He tries to talk to me. He asked me what happened, this or that. Like, he just asked me what happened, just what can I do better. It just helps me out in those situations. He's there if I need anything.
All right. Hey, everybody, this is Kevin here with Troup State Championship baseball player Tori Delaney. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Congratulations. That was so much fun being there Wednesday when y'all won the state championship. When you get the last out and the realization hits that, we are the best, we're the last team standing, how special was that moment for you?
I mean, it was real special. Everybody just dogpiling. I mean, looking up at the fans, they're going crazy. It was just a special moment.
You had a heck of a playoff run, just making big plays throughout the playoffs. I know we've talked about this before. Being down at the number 9 spot in the lineup, you're kind of like another leadoff hitter. Is that kind of how you approach it? I'm just going to do what I can to spark this team.
Yes, sir. I mean, the team, they call me the spark plug.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they call me also a second leadoff. So, I just try my best to get on base. I know they need me on base because I'm a good base runner. Yeah. I just do whatever for the team.
Yeah, I'm sure you get on base with guys like Garrison Edwards and Davis up at the top of the lineup, you're probably going to score, right?
Yes, sir. I trust in them guys for sure. They're going to bring me around every time. I steal a base for them, give them even more confidence.
Yeah, no doubt. This team, I know you guys were so confident. You had such belief in yourselves. So even when bad things happen, like you lose game 2, the confidence never wavered with this team, did it?
We always had confidence. We always believed in ourselves. We trusted in each other. If somebody went down, there was always somebody to back us up.
Yeah. You hear the cliche, people say a sports team is like a family. I know this group really is, wasn't it? These guys, they're more than your teammates. I'm sure you probably consider them like your brothers. How much do you think that really helped you guys?
It's just a brotherhood, a family type thing. Growing up together, we've always been together. After practice, going out to eat, even more team bonding. We just always stick together.
Yeah, no doubt. And coming into the season, like I asked the other guys, did y'all kind of make this a goal? Obviously, you look at little pictures first, but big picture, did y'all really think that this is a possibility?
Yes, sir. I mean, we always knew we were that team. Yes, sir. We made it to the Elite 8. Yeah. So we just knew revenge. We had revenge to give, and we went out there and handled business. No
doubt. You look at that game 3, they scored 3 runs at the top of the first, and at that point, they'd scored like 18 straight runs, and they really had the momentum. To come back and answer right away, how big was that for you guys?
That was very big. We got back in the dugout. Coaches were like, never give up. I mean, right. It's win or go home, and we want it all, so let's go out there and battle.
Yeah, no doubt. Y'all had incredible support throughout the playoffs, and you had your family. They're right behind the net there watching, being loud, blowing their horns and everything. How much does that help you guys?
Family means a lot to us. I mean, all the cheering and support, we need that because it boosts us to play better, yes, sir.
Yeah, what was that like? Y'all get home on Wednesday after winning the championship, and you see the big throng here of people greeting you guys. How nice was that?
That was nice also. It's just an amazing feeling, excitement, enjoyment, just knowing that we got a lot of people supporting us.
Yeah. I said there are a lot of things that really made this team great, but to me, the defense y'all played was so big. I know when I talk to the pitchers, they always mention that. You in right field and at second base at times. That doesn't happen by accident. How much effort and work do y'all put into being a great defensive team?
We practice on defense every day. That's a major part of our team. Yeah. The coach always says he'll take our defense over anybody in the state. So just work hard and get better.
Yeah, no doubt too. And a lot of teams, they might win games like one certain way. Y'all win games every possible way. Is that something y'all take pride in as well? Listen, some games we might win up at the home runs, others stolen bases, defense. Just being a complete team is so important, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's important. Like the coach said, we're not a big swinging team. We're not going to jack balls over the fence any moment, so we got to play. Every little thing counts.
Yeah, no doubt. What a special season, and to do it with this group of guys makes it even better, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. I love it, guys. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, all right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. This is Kevin here at the Troup Gymnasium with Coach Tanner Glisson. Coach, how are y'all?
Kevin, I'm here.
Anything happened this week?
What day of the week is it? That's what I want to know. I don't even know what day it is. I think school let out today.
Yes.
And but it's been a wild ride, and we're running on fumes, but it's a good problem.
No doubt. The bottom line, the Troup Tigers state champions. What incredible accomplishment.
Yeah.
Y'all beat an outstanding Cherokee Bluff team in the state championship series, and 6-3 in that championship game with Davis Monkus just pitching a complete game. You see the guys get that last out. You see that big dog pile. What's going through your mind at that moment?
The first thing I did was I was very close to the third base coaching box.
Okay.
So I went to console the other coach because I've been
nice.
I've been on that other side, not in the state championship game, but several semifinals and I know it's tough for them because that was the second year in a row that they had lost. And I just want make sure if that were to happen to me, how I'd want somebody to treat me. And but those guys, seeing them out of the corner of my eye do the dog pile and our fans going nuts. I mean, we just had really great crowds and it was loud and I was just overwhelmed with just joy and appreciation.
Yeah, you pointed out before we started filming, the playoffs is such a grind. I think y'all ended up playing, 12 playoff games?
Wow.
A lot of stressful games going in there, too. So it really is as much of a mental test as physical for the guys, isn't it?
Yeah, somebody asked me today to compare it to football, and it's just a totally different deal. Football, you're going to play Friday night, and there's that lead up to that, and in football too, it's one play at a time, and it's happening pretty fast. In baseball, you have time to think about pitching matchups and lineups and different moves you got to make. And thank God that I have a really good staff. Yes. That staff I'm able to delegate a lot of that responsibility to those guys, and they do a tremendous job. But it's just pretty surreal at the moment.
How that you hear the word resilience a lot when it comes to sports teams. This team really had that.
Yeah.
I mean, just in the playoffs, the things they overcame, and even in the championship series, losing a tough game to, just nothing really fazed them, and they just kept bouncing back. No matter what happened, they found a way to overcome it.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about that. We've spoken about that all year long, and I'm not the smartest person when it comes to coaching in football or baseball, but try to lead by example with resiliency and coming to work every day, having a good attitude, with a lot of energy, not like it's a job, but like you're blessed to do it. Right. And we ask the same thing from the kids, to follow that example. And so that's what those kids do, and they're tough and they're raised hard. Right. Their parents let us coach them hard. And I could be more proud of them.
Been looking at game 3, after losing the way y'all did in game 2, then they come out, score 3 runs right off the bat, top of the first.
Yep.
You guys bounced back right away for a couple runs. How big was that just to kind of get some of that momentum back?
Yeah, it was absolutely huge. We thought we had the guy picked off first, and they called obstruction to first base, and then they ended up scoring a couple runs, and things just weren't going our way. Davis was having a hard time finding it.
Well, the strike zone was that big.
It was, and look now, and kudos to Davis Monkus because people forget that he's out there playing outfield for 2 games. Yeah. He's running the bases. Yeah. His legs are kind of dead. And so sometimes it's the coaches putting them in bad situations, but Davis is a competitor. Right. And so for us to come away and bounce back and him to get on a roll,
right.
I would venture to say that might be the only state championship game ever won that the team struck out 0 batters and still won the game. Right. We struck out nobody. Wow. So he just pounded his zone, allowed the ball to be put in play, and our defense made really, really good plays.
Yeah, that's how I know. I talked about that with Davis and Chase, who also pitched in the series. The defense is so good.
So good.
And I mean, you look at that outfield, just the amount of runs they stole from other teams. And that's something to get kind of overlooked. It was so important, wasn't it?
And you got to have a little luck. You know, if we play Cherokee Bluff in a high school stadium, we probably don't win because they probably hit 5 or 6 home runs. But we knew going up to a big ballpark like Rome, with our outfield, we'll put our outfield defensively up against anybody in the state of Georgia. And those 3 guys, no matter who we get out there, can go get it. Right. And they did. They went and got it all. I think there was only one ball that probably we could have caught that we didn't catch, and it was in that 15-0 blowout. So, but our outfield was outstanding, and that was really the key to the series.
Right. Even the guy like Ethan Goff, who I talked to, the player, he makes it first.
Oh, man.
That first game.
Man, the diving catch.
Saved a couple of runs.
The diving catch, and then to be able to dive and get to the bag. Right. I think that was the play of the game for that particular game. And I even saw some pictures this morning of him stretching and how I mean, it's just unbelievable. But he's been tough for us all year defensively, and we're going to miss him next year. Yeah. And but I mean, it's just I can't brag enough about our guys.
You could stretch like that when you're 17 or so.
I don't think I could ever stretch like that. I asked his girlfriend coming here today, did you teach him how to do a split or what? I mean, what's going on? And but Ethan's just that quiet competitor. He's tough as nails. Right. And it was an amazing defensive effort by him.
Well, you look throughout this playoff run, and even the championship series, everybody contributed. Yeah. There were a lot of individual stars, but this really was a complete team, wasn't it?
Oh, no doubt about it. You go from, you know, Brady Willis having big at-bats. Torian Delaney comes to mind of stepping up big in the playoffs. I mean, you just go round and round. Every person on our roster contributed in some form or fashion. Riley and Cantrell going in game 2, and I just said, hey, look, you're just going to have to eat this and suck it up and go. We need somebody to eat innings. Yeah. And so he's a one-inning guy, and I left him out there for like 50 pitches just to try to get through the night, to try to save our arms for game 3. And so you think about the unsung heroes like that that are real important to this team.
And then for every game 1, to be able to throw Jake Perry out there.
Oh, my goodness.
Just go out there and just throw us a shutout.
People forget that here against Stars Mill, you know, we're in game 2 in a regular season last year, and he's got a shutout going through 5 innings, and we're up 2-0, and he gets hurt and ends his season. And if he plays for us last year, we're probably at least playing in the semifinals last year against Cherokee Bluff. And but Jake's been lights out. I can't say enough good things. He's going to have a lot of action going on this summer. There's going to be a lot of people jumping on the Jake Perry bandwagon.
Yeah. What has this whole season been like to be around this group? You know, we talked about it before. It's a family. Like any family, you have your squabbles. But the thing is, talking to these guys, we can argue, fight with each other, but they were always there for each other. If somebody on the outside came after them, they're going to rally around each other. That's pretty special.
I've never been around anything quite like it. I mean, they are so daggone tight that, I mean, they pick at each other, but then if somebody else outside the family messes with them, it's on. And we feel the same way about coaches. You know, people see me out there doing certain things with the umpires or so. It's me taking up for my players, and those guys kind of feed off of that a little bit. There's a line, you got to be careful, and but this is a very tight knit group, and I'm just glad they get them back for another year and keep it rolling.
Yeah, no doubt. Talking to the guys too, they really appreciated the support they received from the community and the fans. You look at that championship series. I mean, they were over there, were loud from the first to the last.
Yep.
As a coach, too, I'm sure you appreciate that so much.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You know, playing here, what we call the jungle. Yeah. And to take the jungle on the road, to be loud. When they opened the gates each day, you could see, I mean, our people were filing in droves. And it was just awesome. They were loud the moment they came in the gate. And it's just an awesome feeling for us to come back into LaGrange, Troup County, and be met at the county line with police escorts and fire department, and then to get here last night, and there's a couple hundred people here. Just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. I know family's so important. All these guys had their families there supporting them. The really cool thing for you had both your sons in the dugout for Chandler plays. You had your family, the rest of your family up in the stands.
Yeah.
To be able to share this experience with them, how special was that?
Yeah, it's wonderful. You know, I wouldn't be doing this if they were not of this age. I wouldn't be coaching both sports, but because I get to interact with Chandler and Chambers during that time is very important. And then got Lanier, and bless her heart, she's graduating tomorrow night. Last night at 5 o'clock, she had a graduation party. And so when we pulled up, I waved at everybody, got a few hugs, jumped in the car, and went straight to the graduation party. And but I think this was a good graduation gift for her.
Yeah, no doubt. Just the way the community rallied behind this team, too, though. You wanted to make it special experience for them. Winning a championship always is, but the way the community rallied behind them just makes it even more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's something that's never been done here, you know, and so people get excited when you do something for the first time. And I really think a lot of people like the way we play baseball. I mean, we're tough, we're hard-nosed. You don't know what you're going to get, so we're kind of unpredictable, and we're athletic. And, you know, it's just a fun team to watch.
Yeah, there's not just one way to win.
That's right.
These guys, whatever it takes, sometimes might be stealing a home to win.
Exactly.
Sometimes put the ball in play, just find a way to win, and these guys have done that all season.
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head, and I think that's what makes it so exciting and gives, you know, me as a coach different tools in the tool shed, so to speak, to try to figure out what we got to do to try to win.
Yeah, but the bottom line is you get into this business for a lot of reasons, and a big one is you want to try to compete and hopefully win state championships. And now that you've done it, just how does that feel?
You know, it's real surreal. You know, I woke up this morning thinking, all right, what time's practice, or do we have a game today? And I really don't want to know what to do. We've done about 4 or 5 of these interviews today, and we got started setting up. We're going to do our ring sizing on Tuesday. We got some other activities to get the community involved. So it's been a real busy day on top of today was the last day of school. And so, it hadn't sunk in yet. Except for everybody hugging your neck, and the amount of text messaging and phone calls has been just enormous.
My favorite moments after the game, it was really cool. Pastor Mike Jackson, you guys were kind of in a circle, and he was saying a prayer. That just tells you how close this group is. I bet that's probably one of your favorite moments, wasn't it?
Well, one absolutely it is, and one of the big things is we wanted to make sure that we told the guys, and we talked about this prior to, that it wasn't anything we did individually. Right. God gave us the ability, and we want to make sure we glorify Him in what we were doing. Right. And the biggest deal is with Pastor Jackson is this. About midway through the season, I needed somebody to pour into my cup. Okay. Because sometimes you pour into everybody else's cup, and your cup gets dry. Right. And so Pastor Jackson stepped right in, poured into my cup. Yeah. Pastor Jackson, I'm very indebted to you. He was a great addition. We call him Coach Jackson now. Yeah. And but for him to do that for me and for these other kids, this is our mission field, and we're just blessed to be able to serve.
Right. He keeps the energy level up.
Hey, it was hard for me to find somebody more energetic than me. And but I mean, he's part of the family now.
Yeah. Real quick, you mentioned the coaches. Just if you don't mind, just to the folks who's helped you this year.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the 3 barbers. Yeah. Richie Barber's been here for a long time. I've been waiting 20-something years. I think he's been waiting 82 years to win this. And I'm just picking on Richie with that. But he handles all the hitting. Brock Barber did a phenomenal job with our pitching staff. Blake Barber did a phenomenal job with our defensive infield. Coach Charles Mosley with the outfield is outstanding. Patrick Shivers is pretty much my assistant head coach. He came over from Valley, gives a wealth of knowledge with the head coaching deal. And then Russell Yeatman and Will Pierce are 2 other guys that assist in different roles with first base and different things that they do. Yeah. And it's just the staff gelled really, really good. And anytime you got a staff that cares about each other, it filters over to the players.
Yeah, but the bottom line, y'all were state champions. That feels pretty dang good, doesn't it?
Can you say that one more time?
State champion Troup Tigers.
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.